Hey everybody, and welcome back to another video. This feels really weird for me, only because I'm starting the intro like after I just did the first step, and that's because I was going to start a certain way and now I'm going to do a different way. But what I am making today is eggless, oilless brownies, and I know I'm going to say that I have something on here that's containing oil, but actually in the brownies there isn't going to be any. And if you're looking at the lighting at all, and it's kind of like the picture looks a little like there's lines through it, that's because of my light above here is like an LED kind of light and it makes it look like that, and I'm so sorry. But let's get right into the video. I'm making a recipe that I found online just because I got up and thought I would like some brownies tonight, and I would only like to make them if I can find the stuff that's already at home. And I'm probably about to repeat myself when I say this because of how I just filmed this, which is really annoying. But I found a recipe on a blog called Dessert for Two by Christina Lang, and I will have the recipe posted down below so you can try it out as well. But I preheated my oven to 325 already, and it calls for one of the square pans is what I call it because it's like an 8-inch. Is this one, and I already oiled it already. Anyway, guys, my name is Jake, and thank you very much for watching. And don't mind me that Micah's in the back blowing on my hair.
Oh, I didn't know you were making a video. My apologies.
So I got that, and now I'm gonna make the actual brownies. So for this recipe, I got a bowl here, and all this stuff that I have sitting in front of me, I actually didn't have to buy prior to this video. I was literally just sitting in my room a couple minutes ago thinking I really want brownies, but I don't really have eggs to use at my disposal, so what can I do instead? And this is everything that I found for it. Surprisingly, there isn't any oil in it, which is weird. But it does call for like, and I think this is what makes it is 10 tablespoons of butter. So I'm gonna use that from Land O'Lakes butter. And this is salted. You can use unsalted or regular salt. It doesn't matter. Some recipes always call for like salt in them, and some don't, and it doesn't really matter. I guess it's whatever your preference is. You really don't taste the salt in them anyways, unless there's a lot. I'm gonna stick this in here, and I'm sorry if you're listening to this video and I sound sick. I am very stuffed up right now because I literally went from having a stomach bug last Friday to tomorrow being Friday, and I have a major cold. So there's that, and then we gotta use some white granulated sugar, which I already have measured out just to save some time. I got 1 cup and 1/4 cup, and then it also calls for cocoa powder, so I'm using Hershey's cocoa powder. And this is what got me to make the brownies, because if I didn't have that, I wasn't going to be making it, because it's like I need everything to be here for me to be able to make it. So it is 1/3 cups and 2 tablespoons plus of it, and they all go in this bowl together. And then I'm pretty sure you're supposed to melt the butter you're supposed to like put it in the microwave, melt it for a little bit, take it out, stir it, and then microwave it again to melt it some more. So I'm going to quickly give it a stir, nice mix in so it mixes together pretty well. And then I'm going to microwave it, and then I will show you what it looks like after the first heat through. This is what it looks like the first heat. I'm going to stir it up. I don't know. I think it made the butter a little soft. but not so much melted. And I think it might have been better if I would have chopped it up, because it does say it used diced butter, and I did not dice it up, and I didn't think how much of a difference that was going to make.
Their intellectual property and online e-commerce operations were purchased by Rev, or Retail E-commerce Ventures.
I'm gonna chop this up here.
Co-owned by Tide Lopez. Here in my garage,
I might have to microwave this more than twice, like it says to, because it's kind of not mushing together like it's supposed to. Also, I mentioned that this butter is salted. In the recipe, it does call for like 1/4 of a teaspoon of butter, and I'm just gonna leave that out because I don't really think it's necessary. So this is after the second heat, and I stirred it a little bit. It takes some heavy duty mixing, and I'm trying my best to not spill this over as I show you guys. It is looking a lot better. It's very grainy, and I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be like that because of all the sugar and the cocoa powder mixed together with the butter. But it seems nice, and now I understand why you aren't going to use eggs or oil or stuff with this. So after I made this mix and everything, next thing I'm supposed to do is to add the vanilla extract, salt, and the milk. And don't mind me, I'm learning how to make this as go along, so I have to keep scrolling up and down to make sure that I do it correctly. So it says to put 1.5 teaspoons in there, but I'm just gonna do it like a capful, only because I don't like measuring vanilla because it's whatever's vanilla. And then it says 5 tablespoons of milk. I'm using this tiny little milk jug that's from McDonald's from where I work, because I actually recently found out that apparently milk outside of my work, 1%, 2% milk makes me really sick, and I don't know why. It makes me body lactose intolerant. But the stuff at work, and I'm guessing it's because of all the extra stuff that's in it, and that it's made for kids, doesn't hurt. So they need 5 tablespoons of milk, and in the directions it said it's going to be a little hard to stir these cold ingredients in with these ingredients that were just heated up, but to take your time, it will get there and have a lot of arm strength.
Now, in the vessel's defense, this was a very small ship, and obviously the target demographic is people who want to visit exotic locations and care more about the destination than the ship itself. The World Discoverer was also equipped with smaller dinghies, which would enable the ship to essentially park itself offshore and taxi people to land on its own.
There's that. Now I got all this little jug of milk that I was about to drink, I guess. It's okay. I'm going to use all my will strength to mix this together to make it nice and neat. Make it nice and smooth. Actually, it was not really that hard. It's taking a bit of time. And it will get in there, and so I'm going to mix this real quick, and then I will show you what it looks like after. So the last thing that this calls for is for flour. It calls for a 1/2 cup. Yeah, literally just a 1/2 cup of flour. I know, mind blowing. And you're supposed to just mix and mix and mix until your arms fall off. I'm just kidding. You're supposed to mix the flour in to make it nice, and I honestly don't know. It didn't say what it was going to feel like when it was done. But I'm just going to stir this, and then I'm going to put it in the pan and stick it in the oven. It's going to be quite interesting. Yeah.
status. Not you. It's T-Mobile Magenta Status. Drive, driver. You don't need to be famous to get premium benefits from Breakthrough Luck. That's Magenta Status.
So one thing that I'm making this personal with is the fact that
What's up, y'all?
I have
Welcome to Canceled, episode
mini
3.
M&Ms, excuse me,
Anything and everything.
and I'm gonna mix into here just because I think it might need a little bit more flavor,
Absolutely gigantic.
and just because I want to make it a little bit pretty, I'm gonna put that in there. I'm gonna mix those in there as well.
25 vessels, which makes it the largest cruise line in the world. Most of their ships
There might not be a whole lot of M&Ms in here, but that's okay.
However, in the early 2000s,
I got my pan here, and I'm hoping that because I oiled it up, even though I said not to, is to put parchment paper on it. I'm pretty sure it will still work the same way. If it doesn't, that's my mistake, and I will have fun cleaning this pan once I'm done eating these brownies. Now, it says to have it in the oven between 32 to 34 minutes, poking and prodding at it to make sure that it is done. That's gonna have like a crispy top and like a fudgy bottom. And so I'm going to put mine in the oven for approximately like 33-ish minutes, only because I know how my oven works, and it tends to make things a little bit browner than they should be. It is an older oven. But first I got to put this into the pan. So I'm not going to even bite into these. Let me just tell you, I just took it out of the oven after the timer went off, and well, you hear that? That's the sound of the brownies bubbling, like boiling. Look. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I guess maybe that's why you're supposed to have eggs and oil, whatever, in there. I'm not even gonna put a fail in the title of this video just because I want to see what would happen if somebody else made this and see what it's like. But yeah, I'm gonna say at the end of the video here, don't make these. That's gross, whatever that is. Hope you like this video. For once, my attempt video did actually fail. Oh well. Make sure you like and subscribe down below, and turn on the notification bell for whenever I'm not being lazy. So you can tell I get very lazy very easily. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.